Let's talk about it. So Stephen A. Smith got this award from the Black Journalists Association, and everybody's in a kerfuffle over the situation. Um, I just think it's weird that people are not acknowledging what it really is. It's not that deep. It's not that complex. Basically, it's just a Democratic political hit piece. It's no different than what black people did to Killer Mike just recently, a couple weeks ago. Um, People will lie and say you did things that you didn't do. For example, Killer Mike gets blamed for not supporting Stacey Abrams, but he supported. And again, I don't agree with him for doing this, but this is his city. That's how he think it should be. Killer Mike is pro-gun, but he has no problem helping campaign for anti-gun Democrats. That shit don't make sense to me. I wouldn't do that. But I will acknowledge that there are certain people who are necessary. I'm not gonna say necessary evils, but they're necessary. Even though I might not agree with their politics at all, because this is the best we got, honestly. Because right, Charlemagne definitely tap dance for coon for the Democrats, but he does call them out and hold them accountable. Van Lathan, even though he's on the left, far left, he'll call out his party, but he'll still get smoked. Whenever black men challenge the Democratic Party publicly, and if they have any type of a platform, they don't like it. It's just that simple. It doesn't have anything to do with attacking black women. When Charlemagne was repeating what New York people were saying about the illegal immigrants, fuck the migrants, the illegal immigrants, they were literally calling the show back before they were on Netflix and nobody watched that shit no more, and saying how they really felt. They were watching community centers and things that they could never get reopened, that were open when they were kids, get open and used to store a bunch of people that don't belong here. And they were voicing that. And some educated black woman called Charlemagne out, talking about he's repeating Republican talking points, blah, blah, blah. No, he was repeating what black people actually said. And what he said undermined the Democratic Party. And that's why she wrote some letter trashing him. But it's like, as a black man, when that happens, you're not supposed to defend yourself. You're not supposed to give back that smoke. Michelle Obama said that his show is like watching Reality Housewives or shit like that. But his response to her, he didn't even go in on her. Even his responses to me are soft and they're calculated because he knows even if you're right as a black man, you still have to toe a line, or at least that's what they expect you to do. And I'm saying what they're doing is going to hurt that whole situation because you gave him an award. Specifically, they mentioned black women, which it's never been about a particular group. It's always been about black people as a whole or whatever. But you gave no examples. When he tried to get the lady who did it, the president, on his show or on a Dever show to talk about it, she's like, no, we got to talk about it off camera first. Why? You didn't talk to him off camera about it first. You went straight to the event and publicized it. Now, all the niggercrats are mad that he went to Fox News. It's retarded because every time when someone defects or when someone has a problem with an op, they go to the opposition's page to talk their shit. That happens all the time. When that lady who was mad at Fox News was mad because she got some Me Too situations going on and she wanted to tell her story, and where she go? She ran to every liberal outlet. She ran to CNN. She ran to The View. She ran to all the... Vice versa. Whenever there's a liberal woman who wants to defect from CNN or MSNBC, where do they go? They run to conservative media. That's not nothing new. So you, as a black man, you can't defend yourself, right, without too much energy, too much smoke. As Rachel Big Forehead Lindsay said, he was, he did it wrong and he made it about himself. Just like she said about Marcellus Wiley, if you get accused of hitting your wife or assault and then you talk your shit, that's still wrong. You're still bad as a black man. This shit is just all it is to me. I'm not saying Stephen A. Smith has not said or done some wild shit. I don't like the way he defers to people like Mark Levin or even Sean Hannity, the warmongers of the Republican Party. He is cool with or takes advice or their expertise on issues that I think they're wrong. They're the wrong side of the Republican Party. I think what he said, hell, the things he said about Kyrie over the years, even though he just apologized for that shit, but fuck that apology. That man lost money, wasted a whole NBA season because of you going in harder on his situation with that jabby jab stick. And it wasn't just Stephen A. Smith. It was damn near every black man in corporate America was a bitch about that. Shaq, Charles Oakley, all of them were toting the corporate line. Even Marcellus Wiley, who claims to speak for his chest and talk his shit, was toting that get the vaccine bullshit. We want to go outside. No, fuck you. Go stay in the house. But every person in the media and sports media attacked Kyrie over for that situation and went in on him. But Stephen A. Smith had the biggest voice. So I'm not saying he hasn't said or does things that I don't agree with, don't like. But I still think he's necessary because he's one of the few black men in the media, although all of them lean left, okay? This is the funny thing. They all lean left. Van Lathan. They keep calling Stephen A. Smith a conservative, even though he tells you I'm fiscally conservative. I like my money, but social issues, I'm liberal. It's like you can't even be who you want to be or be who you are or express yourself in totality. Everybody can identify how they want and express themselves except for black men. They'll say, no, you're not in this boat. You're just a conservative. Or no. Now, is he playing into the corporate game and doing all that shit as well, which also looks sideways? Absolutely. That's why he's got the $100 million contract. He's doing what he's supposed to do for his own best interest. But to say he's attacking black women, yet none of the people give real examples of what he said that was so bad, so wrong. They're saying that he can't tell Jasmine Cracker how to speak. In that context, yeah, whatever. Trump is wild and he'll be wilding out. But his question still was, does that benefit your constituents? How does that help you? And the funny thing about Jasmine is her own party don't fuck with her. They gave an old dude dying of cancer a position that she wanted because, again, there's order and rules and you gotta wait your turn. And he was up technically, but the man was sick and dying and he should not have that position. That's the problem with politics on both sides. It's all these geriatrics in there that don't know when to leave. And they wait till it's too late. But her own party don't fuck with her. They want her to be ghetto and loud and get those donation dollars and give them some ratings on C-SPAN. That's it. They don't want her to have no power in her own party. And now you're mad at Tallarico because he beat her. But he is groveling now because somehow they convinced him that he needed black people to win the election. But still, he beat her. And Stephen A. Smith sounds right. You should have been focused on other things instead of crying about Trump all day. That shit is good when you're trying to raise money for the party, not for yourself. But when it comes down to the election, that shit don't matter. But that's just my quick video. I see it as it is. It is simply a hit piece from the Democratic Party. It's no different than what black women and black people did. The same people, D.L. Hughley, now Don Lemon out of the coon bag because Darren Ferguson, this man was the respectability politics. And I'm not saying that's wrong or not or whatever, but he was a respectability politics guy. He was to pull your pants up, don't litter. Even a gay dude saying pull your pants up is crazy. But, you know, he was that guy. And somehow Trump made him back to the blacks. You know, he got back in black people with good graces due to Trump. Trump did save a lot of black folks' careers. April Ryan, you ain't hear nothing about her during the whole Joe Biden 4 years, and you ain't heard nothing about her the last 2 years. Where'd she go? Trump made her ass famous the first year by going back and forth with her. Now Don Lemon is back for somehow in good graces because what? He got fired from CNN for being a catty bitch and being disrespectful to his white female coworkers. And yet he got the nerve to be on here talking about people. But yeah, I just don't get black folks. I just totally don't understand politically how we operate and how emotional we are to some situations. This is not helping the Democrat black male problem. Because most black men who are logical and not, you know, on some far left shit, Van tried. He did try, but he still ended up conceding to Rachel's points. So, according to their show, whether it was Marcellus Wiley or Stephen A., you get accused of something, you get blamed for something, and then you want to rebuttal. How you do it is a problem. They start grading his response before he even made it. They're like, well, he's not going to take it the right way. He's going to respond. Like, how you supposed to respond? How can you be calculated and respond? And again, I think he's too soft in his response. Like, the same way he went at Jason Whitlock for doing the shit that he did to him, he need to go at everybody else that come at him. It's too many people I've watched that claim to be his friends or people who, like Karen Hunter, let her whole panel he ha talk shit about him. Bakari bitch ass sellout, little APAC buddy. He wrote a book and he put Jason Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith in the same boat, and even Ice Cube. Like, these are black men who challenge the Democratic Party, period. And you can't do that without getting the smoke, period. That's all it is about. It's no valid. None of the men who y'all attacked and said did the most egregious things did anything that were bad. Y'all got more smoke for these brothers who are trying to get in the political system and trying to help. Again, Killer Mike in Atlanta, I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he says. I don't understand how you can be super pro 2A and vote for all these Democrats in your state, knowing they want to ban the very guns that you fight for. But these men do want what's best for black people in their environment and in their space. How do you criticize Killer Mike for having a conversation with the fucking governor of his state who's going to be in a position of power? Sometimes, really illustrate why women should not be in leadership positions. Killer Mike just did an interview with Tessa Figueroa, and she was going on the EYL dudes. I don't follow them, and I don't watch their shit, and they probably are scammers. I don't care about that. But Killer Mike was trying to play cool and play peace, and he wasn't trying to let her go there. And she even said, I wasn't trying to go here, but now that I'm here, I'm going to say it. Just too much of that energy. Like, there's a reason probably why he tried to keep the peace. There's a relationship situation that might be there. I don't know. But it wasn't necessary. What they said enough was enough for us to know that they messed up. And again, that needs to be examined, because I'm going to examine that situation too, because when you're a person like Stephen A. Smith, who has used your platform, all the people criticizing them admit, Jamel Hill, who did he have beef with? The light-skinned nigga with the wavy hair that got his girl taken by the NBA player from that podcast, whatever. He admitted that Stephen A. put him on. Like, all these people got smoke for Stephen A. even though he put them on and put them in a position. So he has receipts. Like, talk shit all you want about Bill Cosby pound cake speech. I think wrong messenger, because he was doing some shit that was whatever, not family oriented, not being a family man. But still, he put enough money out of his pockets into HBCUs and to putting black folks to college to talk his shit. Stephen A. Smith should be in a position to, all these people online that capitalism won't save us, even though no one's ever said that it would, yelling at Killer Mike, who's practicing it and doing things for his community. Like, how do people who don't build and don't do nothing always tell black folks who do what to do and what not to do, what won't work? We got to do better in this, because, again, this is not helping the Democratic Party black male problem. It's only making it worse. We all can see and got ears and got eyes to see what happened. Only these ones as simp dudes that are biased will ignore the reality. But again, I said Stephen A. Smith does a lot of shit, says shit I think is wrong. The shit he said, again, what he did to Kyrie Irving, the shit he said about OJ when black folks was honoring him at BET, and he talking about why are you honoring him and what white folks are gonna think about this. That was some bitch ass shit. He should have got all the smoke for that. That he didn't get as much smoke for that either, but he should have. But the things he said over the years in his career, whether it was Kwame Brown, his situation with Iverson in the beginning before they got cool, him and LeBron, like, he said some fucked up shit about black male athletes, and yet y'all taking it to he just be messing with black women. And again, the biggest hypocrisy of this whole NABJ bullshit is that if Stephen A. Smith was D.L. Hughley and going at Candace Owens, or was like Don Lennon going at Candace Owens, or Winston Spears, or Condoleezza Rice, back before Trump was a thing and the political conversations and environment got crazy, black folks was referring to Condoleezza Rice as a warmonger bitch. The most brilliant person that probably ever graced the White House. But that's how we referred to her as. Again, I don't agree with her regime change shit, and I can never vote for her because on The View she said she would ban AR-15s. But I still think she is an intelligent person, and again, one of the smartest people ever been in the White House. But I wouldn't vote for her as, because the obvious reasons. But We referred to her that. It's okay to talk shit about black women who are not Democrat. And then there's some far leftist women, if we want to be honest, that the Democratic Party don't like. They don't like Amanda Seals. As crazy and kooky as she is, I understand why people don't like her. But I'm saying, you can go in on her. People won't give a shit. Because, again, she's not toting that party line. And she will call them out. Senator Nita Turner is in a weird space. I think a lot of the boule nigga cracks don't like her. But she's in that, she was a senator, so there's some respect. But she's constantly criticizing and talking about her own party and about the establishment. They don't like her either. So, this is just obvious, writing on the wall. If you're a black man and you challenge the Democratic Party anyway, you're critical of any person in that party, you will be labeled a black woman hater, period. And then you saw some of these dumb female liberal leftist podcasts. Their new litmus test for dating black men now is how they feel about Kamala, or the one chick from Horrible Decisions, the fat, light-skinned biracial chick. And then the other one, how do you feel about Megan Thee Stallion situation, Tory Lanez? Or how do you feel about, did you vote or did you not vote for Kamala? Those are now litmus tests from these leftist women online to whether or not you can even date them. Like, this is how crazy this shit is getting. To where this personal shit is becoming involved into the political stuff, is becoming ingrained with the personal stuff. That's the new metrics for them. And even dudes were saying it. Like, so I thought in the beginning, Meg lied. Meg lied about what happened. She lied on TV to, who was it, Gayle King. She lies a lot. So I don't know what happened. I don't believe anybody. That's how I feel about the situation. But no, I didn't vote for Kamala. I wasn't going to vote for her ever. I started my political opposition against her when she got introduced. When she first got in the Senate as the first Indian woman. Not black. That's how she was introduced. But now she could pick and choose because it's more politically convenient to be the black woman thing. She couldn't be the first black woman because there was already a black woman before her in that situation. So she had to go the Indian route. That's politics. You do what you got to do for convenience. But then don't get mad at me when I hold you accountable to what you did in the beginning. But yeah, the Democratic Party got to do better. And again, there should be a video or thought process connecting from a black person who does want black folks to win, and they do their best to attempt to help them, but they're constantly getting criticized and torn down by black folks who don't do shit. Like, I would argue Killer Mike has more receipts than 90% of the people criticizing him for his, just specifically in Atlanta. Stephen A. Smith, in the form of journalism and hiring black people and getting the exposure from ESPN to go to HBCUs and all this other stuff, I think his receipts speak louder than his words. That doesn't absolve him from when he does wild shit and crazy shit like I said. That OJ shit was wild. Why y'all honoring him? He got acquitted from a crime. He didn't do nothing wrong in the eyes of the court of law. I mean, he didn't get acquitted, whatever, but he didn't go to jail. And we have to stand with what the law said. So we're supposed to be mad at him forever because of that? Same thing. Mike Vick paid his penance and did what he did, but white folks never cared. They didn't forgive him for that. That's their problem. He went to jail, paid all that money back, got more money, came back, had a great-ass season with the Falcons, and he retired. As a bum-ass Steeler, but he retired. That's my squad. But some folks want to keep crucifying him and holding him down. I don't even understand how black folks is taking the new movie Fight for Infidels with oh boy, and they're talking about, I'm watching commentary like this movie hurts people and blah blah blah. Nigga, have you gone to a local corner store lately? Habib? Like, who gives a shit about them folks? And this is someone who lives in a highly populated Yemenis population. And they own all the gas stations and all the stores and all the businesses. And yet still, I don't give a shit about that movie in a form of offensive. You know how many movies portray us in a negative way? That no one protests, no one cares a shit about? Like, what are we talking about? It's a movie. It's not real. But yeah, I got problems right now in Michigan voting for the corner store owner. And that's going to be a beef out there. I'm just saying. But anyways, how long is this? 20 minutes? Yeah, I'm done ranting. I just don't like this shit. I just think we need to be honest about what this really is. Hold people accountable when they say foul shit, when they say crazy shit, get them. I have no problem with that. But this is definitely orchestrated in a political hit piece. And it's definitely an attack on any black man who wants to get out of line. And I think, honestly, is he bigger than the NABJ? No. I mean, almost, yeah. Only reason why we know about this shit is because every year Roland gets awards from them. Like, how the fuck? If that's our best and our brightest, a man who be getting fingers up his butt, that's our best journalist who won the same award every year. I'm like, I don't know about that organization no more. Tell you where my iPad at. Like, that's our best. That's our best and brightest. That's what we got. Like, this man career who's only moved lateral, fired from CNN for being homophobic allegedly. Got his other show canceled because nobody was watching that shit. TV1 didn't have the ratings, didn't have the views. And on YouTube bragging about having all these followers on Instagram, Periscope, and all this other shit, but then always begging YouTube or Facebook or for a show. I don't know. That's our best? This organization says that that's our best? Is it? All right, I'm out.